let's take a look at the following problem. Miss Belote's rabbits can now share the whole pen together. Miss Belote now needs to build a fence for the entire space. If each block represents a square foot, how many feet of fencing does Miss Belote need to buy? I'm going to start by coming in here and just underlining what I'm really looking for. I need to figure out how much fencing I'm going to buy for my rabbits. When I'm talking about a fence, I know I'm looking for the perimeter or the outside of a shape because the fence usually goes on the outside or the perimeter of a shape. It's meant to either keep something inside a space or to keep something out of a space. In this case, I have two little rabbits hopping around. I wouldn't want anything being able to get inside to hurt them, and I wouldn't want them to be able to get out and get lost or hurt as well. Since I know I'm looking for the perimeter, I need to figure out the side lengths on my rectilinear shape. Now, I don't have anything labeled yet, but I'm going to start by coming in and looking for the sides that will need to be labeled. So I'm going to pick different colors and just highlight my sides. So I'm going to start with orange. I see a side here that's going to need to be labeled. I notice it comes to a vertice. So I'm going to switch over to blue. I know that this will also be a side. Whoops. Relabel this one. So I also know that this will be a side that needs to be labeled. Now I can kind of switch over. I'm going to need to label a side. I see a side here. Then there's this side all the way down at the bottom. There we go. That needs to be labeled. So we transition back up the shape. There's this really long side that's going to have to be labeled. And then finally, I have this side all the way at the top that needs to be labeled. So every color I see, I'm going to have to put some sort of measurement. There should be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measurements on the shape. I'm going to label my sides in black just to keep it nice and simple for me while I'm labeling. I'm going to start with this orange side here. 1, 2. I notice there's 2 unit squares that make up this side, so that must mean this is 2 feet. I'm now going to check out this blue side right under my red. Watch what happens when I count my unit squares that make up this side. 1, 2. You'll notice that I counted this unit square twice because it makes up this side length, but it also makes up this side length on the bottom. This will also be 2 feet. Now I'm going to label my side length on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, I had to count this unit twice because it is part of the top side unit that I'm looking for, and it's also a part of this unit, 4 feet long. Now I'm going to come down to my longer green side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be 6 feet long. Once again, there was a unit square that had to be counted more than once because it makes up 2 different side lengths. Let's take a look at this light bright green, this like neon green side. You'll notice it comes together here at this vertice. The very first unit square that makes up this side is this square. So that's where I'm going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be 4 feet long. Finally, I have my last little pink purple side down here at the bottom. 1, 2. Uh-oh. Boom. So I'm going to label this side unit as 2 feet. The only thing I'm left to do now is to add each of these together. So I'm going to switch over to a pencil to try to give myself just a little bit more room. Now, I could write a really long equation, but I also noticed that I have some numbers in here that could make my life a little easier. Like this side length is 4 and so is this one. So I'm going to start by doing 4 plus 4. And I'm going to leave myself plenty of room because I'm going to be adding several times. I'm going to check them off because I've used them. And I know this double is equal to 8. Well, I can then take 8 and add it to one of these 2's. That's a lot easier to me because now I'm working with 10. Not quite done yet. I still have 1, 2, 3 side lengths I have to work on. What I notice is left here is 6, 2, and 2. Well, 2 plus 2 is going to give me 4. And I'm just going to do this to give myself a little more room. I'm just going to rewrite my 6 kind of small. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 plus 2 and get my 4. I'm all done with them, so I'm going to check them off. Then I'm going to do 6 plus 4. Don't forget we haven't used this 10 yet. And I'm going to get another 10. That means I have 10 and 10 left. Well, 10 plus 10 equals 20.